Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about vocal variety. It is important, it makes speech interesting. Without it, people get bored. Sounds dull, right? That's exactly why vocal variety is one of the most important tools a speaker can use. Hi, I'm Maya Asmara or Maya Hansmar. I'm from Maranatha Toastmasters Club, and today I will be giving you some tips and tricks about using vocal variety in your speech. Have you ever listened to a speaker who put you to sleep? I'm sure we all have. Or someone who spoke so fast you couldn't catch a word, or maybe someone who yelled the whole time and makes you exhausted when you listen to them. Today, I will share how vocal variety can transform your speech and keep your audience engaged. Think about the moment when you hear an AI sound or AI voiceover. Most of the time, we can easily distinguish between the voice of AI and the voice of real humans. And what actually makes them different? Speech crafter Budi, what do you think is different from the voice of AI and the voice of real human?
It's the lack of emotions, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, Sometimes, yeah, even though recently AI has improved that they have some intonation, but um, I think they still have the lack of variation. They use the same intonation for each of the uh, sequence that they have. Yep.
Okay. That's really, really correct, spacecrafter Budi. The difference between the voice of human and AI is the emotion. Our voice carries emotion. And we are a human. And really, what makes us different from AI is our emotion. And you can show your emotion by using vocal variety. And now vocal variety component is the use of pitch, volume, speed, and pauses to enhance your speech. It makes your speech, your words, comes alive and creates an emotional connection with your audience. So here we got another same keyword, emotion. Let's see the component of vocal variety. The first one is the pitch. Pitch is about how high and how low your voice sound. A high pitch can express excitement and a low pitch can express seriousness. I want one volunteer to read this sentence from Speechcrafter who want to try.
Let me try.
Speechcrafter. Okay, you can try. You can try to read the I just won the lottery in a high pitch and we need to talk in a low pitch, please.
Okay. I just won the lottery. We need to talk.
Okay. Can you make it I just won the lottery like in a higher pitch and we need to talk in a very low pitch?
I just won the lottery. We need to talk.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Who wants to try? Who wants to try again from Speechcrafter? Speechcrafter Brian, you want to try? Okay, I think it's not here at the moment. Speechcrafter Budi, would you like to try the high pitch and the low pitch?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So the high pitch is I just won the lottery. Yeah. And then the low pitch will be, we need to talk.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for Spacecrafter Budi and Devi who that willing to try this. Yes, pitch is about, you can say pitch like a note, like a high pitch. I just won the lottery, that show excitement like I just won the lottery, or we need to talk, right? It really makes difference. Like a high pitch can express excitement and the low pitch can show seriousness. And you can incorporate the pitch in the parts of your speech. That's how it changed the emotion of your speech. Next one is about volume. Volume is about how loud and how soft your voice is. We often think the louder, the better, but that's not always the case because loud voice and soft voice hold different power and impact. A loud voice commands attention, and a soft voice pulls people in. So, speechcrafter Laura, would you like to try the loud voice and the soft voice?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Stop. And then listen closely. This is important.
Okay. Can you give more control to your volume? Volume is like very loud, like stop and listen closely. This is important. Like it's the different of volume, like you control the volume from your phone, something like that. Can you try it again?
Okay. Stop. And listen closely. This is important.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay, so that's thank you. That's great. And usually we always think that the louder the better, but that's not always the case. A loud voice, you use a loud voice when we want to command attention from our audience. Like maybe you want to make a surprising fact or surprising story in your speech. And a soft voice, if you want to tell something important, you can control your volume, like lower your volume. So when I was at a school, like it's kind of annoying to listen to a teacher who teach in a loud voice from the beginning until the end of the lesson in our class. And I thought, oh, is that a public speaking that you need to always yell like, and giving the loud, showing that you are superior, or showing that you are very good speaker? No, you need to control your volume, loud and soft. And that's how you can create a dynamic in your speech. Okay. The third one is the speed. It's about how fast and slow you can talk. When you're talking fast, it creates excitement or sense of urgency. When you're talking slow, it can build suspense or improve clarity, or you want to say something important from your speech. Who would like to try this? Fast and slow. Paula, would you like to try?
Sure.
Okay.
And then he ran, jumped, and boom, the door slammed shut. And then the door creak opened.
That's wonderful. Okay, you can see your speed matters. Like it's basically similar sentence. It's about the door like shutting or close, but depend on how fast or how slow you talk, it will convey different emotion. If you talk really fast, then oh, it is an inciting part of your speech. And if you want to talk really slow, then oh, it is suspense. It is something important. I need to hear this. That's how important the speed in your speech. Okay, next one, the component of vocal variety. I personally really love using pauses because silent can be magical. When we want to announce a winner, and the winner is, it builds suspense, anticipation. And I always use pause right before my speech to capture audience attention. Because usually, if you are attending an event when there is a speech, let's say outside Toastmaster, usually like there is an event in a office or a school when there are several speakers, right? Sambutan dari bapak ini, sambutan dari ibu ini. So there are multiple speakers in an event. Usually between speeches, audience usually got distracted by a lot of things like their phone, they having conversation with people next to them, toilet break, and many more. And usually, when you start your speech before the audience settles, before the audience attention is directed at you, your speech can be less powerful. That's why before I start my speech, I usually use pause until the audience attention right to you. Like, I don't care if it's weird, as long as the audience attention is on me. So that's the trick that I always use before a speech or before a speech competition or any public speaking. I use pause before I start my speech. And I also use pause before I deliver important point, quotes, or closing in my speech. All right, so we already know 4 components of vocal variety. There are pitch, volume, speed, and pause. And now, how do we practice the vocal variety? Okay. Last week, we learned about many purposes of your speech. There are informative speech, inspirational speech, motivating speech, persuasive speech, business presentation speech, leadership speech, and many more. And from so many type of speeches, the best way to improve your vocal variety is by using storytelling. And the best storytelling to practice vocal variety is children's story. Because children's story usually require animated reading, you can try Googling short kids story and try reading it with exaggerated voices for each character. Because usually in children's stories, they have many characters. And this will help you practice pitch, volume, and expression. You know that when you learn children's story, usually things get exaggerated. Like, once upon a time, there lived a big elephant, something like that. And we don't usually talk that way in the real life, right? So read children's story if you want to practice all of these varieties. And second one, how to practice is record yourself. You can do your speech, record it, and then listen to your speeches. And then you can evaluate where can you improve your pitch, volume, or pauses. You can know where it sounds like monotonous. Yes, as an introvert, I find it very awkward, embarrassing, and I find it cringe-worthy listening to my own voice. But really, that's how we will improve. And don't worry, we all get used to it. And then the third one is how I practice the vocal variety is by exaggerating. It's similar to the first point, it's about exaggerating. When I need to talk loud, I talk real loud. When I need to whisper, I whisper. When I need to give a very high pitch, I really like go over the top because I need to get used to it. Because in real life, in a conversational, we don't really use those vocal variety that much, right? And by exaggerating things, we can get used to the dynamics, becoming more confident, and after that, you can help dial it back to a natural level that's not too exaggerating. Okay. All right. So at the first slide of my speech, I talked about emotion, and emotion. When you see a singer or in a singing competition or a TV or a YouTube, you might notice that there are several singers that have a really good singing technique. They can sing with the highest notes. They can sing with a very powerful vibration, but somehow you don't think that the singing is good because you cannot feel their emotion. And it's the same with your speech. Instead of just thinking about how to change your pitch, how to change your volume, your pauses, your speech, you need to connect deeply with the emotions in your speech. Because if you truly feel excited, your voice will naturally rise. And if you feel sad, your voice will naturally drop. So instead of speaking from words, from script, you need to speak from your emotion. You need to point what emotions is right for this particular sentence, for this particular part. Speak from your emotions. Imagine you are watching a movie with no background music, no sound effects, just flat dialogue. Boring, right? That's what a speech without vocal variety feels like. By using pitch, volume, speed, and pauses effectively, you can bring your words to life, keep your audience engaged, and deliver a speech that will remember. So, next time you speak, don't just say the words, perform them. Thank you.